Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's another wonderful Monday morning, a good start to a week actually, and I'm just happy today that I'm joining you on this YouTube channel, which is Kenyan Historian. Thank you so much for always tuning in and supporting our documentaries. Now, today we want to start something different. We want to start doing stories about people, and especially when we're talking about celebrities, we are talking about artists, we are talking about politicians, things you don't know about them. So it's a segment that is coming up big time. We are hoping that it materializes, and we are hoping that it becomes huge. Now today I want to start with my story, something that you don't know about me, something you've never heard me talk about, something you have never heard me write about, and it's all about my dad, my father. I know those of you who follow me on my social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, those of you who are my supporters here on YouTube, and those of you who have followed my life have never heard me talk about my dad, my father. And also you've never heard me talk about my paternal grandfather and paternal grandmother, the grannies from my father's side. I've never talked about them. It's simple. I don't know them. I've never heard about them. I've never heard from them. I don't know where they are. I don't know if they are still alive, or if they are still, or if they are passed on. That is it. That is what it is. So how did I end up here? I don't know. But one thing I know is that my dad and my mom separated when I was probably a toddler. I didn't know much, and I don't know much about it, and sometimes I usually don't bother a lot. But I want to tell you the story about my dad and how it inspired me to be who I am today. So the question will be, how is it possible that a man you don't know inspired you, or inspires you to be who you are, and inspires you to work hard, to work smart, to put up a lot of stuff to ensure that you change your fortunes? Now this is a story, very interesting. Before I talk about it, let me take you back to the story about who I talk about most whenever I have interaction and whenever I talk about my personal life. So I always talk about my maternal grandmother. She was an angel. Before she died in 2013, she was an angel. She actually pushed me to the limits. She always encouraged me to work hard in class. She loved me like no one else. Those from my village. Those from my village in Mataha, Kakamega County. Mataha, Malava Sub-County, then Kakamega County. They will tell you that no one was loved by my grandmother than me. I was literally her angel. And yes, she loved me, but she didn't like pamper me too much. She ensured that I work hard. She ensured that I see sense in each and every aspect of life. And literally, she made me who I am. The second person was my grandfather, my maternal grandfather. He was more of a disciplinarian. I remember those days he will send me errand after an errand. Like I come back, he's like, Sikolia, come. He sends me somewhere else. I come bring whatever he had sent me, and then a few minutes later, he sends me on another errand. I'm like, we have so many grannies in this area here. There are my uncle's kids around. There's some of my auntie's kids were there, and I'm like, why me? But I later came to realize that he kept sending me because he trusted me. I never knew at that time. Sometimes I used to think, oh, my grandfather hates me. But then I came to realize it wasn't hate. It was love. It was love. And it was trust. So, just I wanted to talk about those two people. And my mom, literally, I can't finish talking about my mom. She sacrificed a lot for me. She literally made sure that I joined university. She literally made sure, because her goal was making sure that I study to the levels she never attained. And she kept telling me. I remember one time she told me, there will never be any argument between me and her unless I go beyond the levels she attained. She was like, unless you go to university, you're not going to tell me anything in this house. It was quite interesting, but it pushed me. That statement pushed me, made me work hard. Like, I wanted to achieve the dream she had. That's why I normally say my dreams today, who I am today, was my mother's dream. Who I am today was my mother's dream. She wanted me to join university. She wanted me to be a successful man, being the firstborn. Here I am. I hope one day I will achieve all her dreams and achieve mine, because I have mine, a lot of them. I'm yet to be there, because I believe one day I want to be an employer, full-time employer. Have many people that because of what I do, they can earn a living. That is my belief. And I believe I will be there. Thank you so much. Now, back to my father. So, who was my dad? My dad's name is Joseph Madenge. He's from Karatina. Not sure exactly where from Karatina, but he was a contractor, a big-time contractor, because he used to do roads, water supply. He did roads mainly in Western Kenya. Those days, I'm not sure where he is today, if he's still alive. That is because I don't know. So he used to do in Western Kenya. He would do roads in Nyanza, specifically Homa Bay, and he was my grandfather's friend. Like, they were literally friends. They were buddies. So that's how they met my mom, because that's how he met my mom, because sometimes my grandfather would send him to take my mom to school, and that's how they became buddies. They became friends, and everything became like, and here I am. So my mom was schooling in Nyanza, that is for Form 5. It was Form 5 and Form 6. Yes, Form 5, Form 6. So my grandfather, because my dad was moving a lot from Western to Nyanza. So sometimes my grandfather will tell my dad to take my mother to school, and it's quite interesting. So that is how my dad and my mom became friends. And there's even a story that he was a big contractor until he used to say that he did the water supply for Moi Kabrak, the home of then President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi in Nakuru. Those are the stories I was told. So I don't know, because I don't know much about him. So, but the question is, how did he make me become who I am now? When his absence turned me into ridicule, quite literally. You know, the African setup and the issue about kids who don't have their fathers. Then it was a big problem, big problem, because I became literally a laughingstock. People laugh at me for not having a father. Some of them would, and especially there was one cousin of mine who kept reminding me that I don't have a father, and so in other words, I don't have land, I don't have inheritance. And I remember how I used to respond, because most of the times I'll tell him, you know what, I'm Kikuyu biologically. So if I am Kikuyu, Kikuyus don't own land, because I was referring to Kikuyus in Western Kenya who mostly do businesses. They have shops, they have what. So I will tell her that Kikuyus, where I come from, biologically, do not own land, but don't go hungry. I don't know why I used to say that, but I believe that one day I'll do good and I'll come out good. I'm not yet there, but I'm on the way. God has been so good to me. Opened up doors that I never imagined in life. Quite literally, by the way, let me tell you. I never knew even I would own a motorbike, leave alone a car. I never knew that will ever come. I never knew that. I never even thought of, like, one day I'll be on Kenyan television. It was never in my mind. Yes, I loved watangazaji. I used to sometimes mimic how they broadcast the likes of Billy Omala, the late Sally Ali Manga, Jack Oyo Sylvester. There was someone Duncan Irungu, or someone like that. There were so many people that I loved when they Hadija Ali, and I was like, oh, okay, one day I want to be like that. But it was just, you know, those dreams that you're not sure. Yeah, but here I am. I am today. I'm a journalist. I do what I love, and it just makes me feel awesome. That I trained as a medic, then moved into journalism, speaks another word about God. It just that when God says you're well, no one and nothing can stop you. So my dad's absence quite literally gave me the desire to succeed, because when people were laughing at me, when people were calling me all sorts of names, some of them unprintable words, that gave me the desire, that gave me the push to succeed. And my grandfather, Benjamin Mohola Sikolia, my grandmother, Margaret Mohola Sikolia, all of them are late. Both of them are late. And my mother were there as pillars. They supported me. They pushed me. Quite interesting. And one thing that people don't know, my grandfather is Benjamin Mohola Sikolia. My name is Enoch Mohola Sikolia. So I borrowed everything from my maternal grandfather. The name, the desire, the push, because he was a serious farmer. He will do livestock, he will do agriculture. Yes, to his levels, he was serious and a committed farmer. Those who know him from my village in Mataka, they know how a committed farmer Mr. Benjamin Mohola Sikolia was. And I always thank him. Whenever I see myself working hard, I always remember him in his sugar plantations. He used to do it alone. And especially when the sugarcane were at a higher level, where us then kids will not manage to weed. So he will come and say, okay, now this is my duty. More than 10 acres of land. He will do it alone. Very committed. And from there is when I believed that when you work hard, you will always succeed. Because I am here today. I can't call myself successful, but I believe I am on the right path. The path to success. And my father, Mr. Joseph Madenge, I want to thank you. Not sarcastically, but I want to thank you. Because I don't know what will have happened if I lived with you. Okay. Before I finish, let me just say thank you. A big thank you to my mom, Madam Dina Vahoya Mohola Wekesa. A wonderful lady. A disciplinarian. You're quite something else. And I always pray that you live and see the successful men and women that you grew up. That is me, my brother Elijah Wekesa, and my sister Mary Wekesa. By the way, Elijah Wekesa that you normally see in my videos as the cameraman is my younger brother. He's the one who makes me look good whenever I do my PTCs and everything. He's an upcoming journalist. He just finished his university, and so as he looks for his own ways, he's helping me do my videos on Kenyan historian. That is why when you see in every video the cameraman is Elijah Wekesa. He's actually my younger brother. I know you didn't know that. Yeah, quite interesting. And my director, Concepta Ndema, is my wife. I also, you don't know that. My support base is my family. My family is my support base. My mother, my brother, my sister, my wife. My wife is the pillar. After I got married, she took over from my mother. She now literally pushes me. She says she'll make sure that I go to my limits, that I achieve each and every dream I have. I want to say thank you to my wife, Concepta Ndema. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the wonderful time, and thank you for always tuning in on the Kenyan historian. Hey, wonderful people. You are wonderful people. Be blessed. Have a wonderful week ahead.